Hi, this is Crystal. I'm here talking about the Shen today, talking about the heart, kind of practicing for my homework, getting ready, hoping that this will be the one. I've made a few videos already and I'm really excited to be here. So I want to thank you for witnessing me and for being a part of my journey and for teaching me so much. It's been a real blessing and I'm very, very excited. And so the reason that I'm so called to the Shen, and it was a real battle, I am called to all of them. And as we explored each one, I fell in love with each one individually and can actually see how all of them connect to what I'm talking about. And so why I'm called to the Shen is safety in the body and boundaries. I've always had a very big heart. I've also always had issues with boundaries. I'm a professional cuddler to teach boundaries, and yet I found that the wound is where the light comes in. That is the quote I'm using. It is by Rumi. It is really true that I needed to teach cuddling. I needed to learn cuddling. I needed to learn safe touch and boundaries. I didn't feel safe in my body, even after 8 years of cuddling and practicing. And I did find that Qigong was one of the healing tools that helped me start to return some safety and some Shen back into its home in the heart. And so I want to say that it was a hard battle to figure out which beautiful spirit to honor today. And the Shen won. The Shen really did win. And so we're just going to start with a couple deep breaths in our Wuji posture. So again, just a relaxed stance. We're going to ground our feet. We're going to share that one is fun and that we're bringing in a smile. Really bringing in some energy from the heavens and the earth and letting it flow down the front of us as if we've got some smiles coming in. Then we're going to go ahead and do it a second time. Allowing that beautiful energy of smiles to flow down our back. And now one more. Bringing down the heavens, allowing that energy to flow right through our spinal cord, right down through our hearts, right down through the middle of us. 2 is Shu. We're going to ground our feet. Really allow those roots to fall in. 3 is Tree. And now as we've seen those roots go down, we're bringing up those branches, allowing them to raise and flow out from our shoulders, from our head, reaching up to the sky. 4 is Core. We're allowing our breath to expand our belly, filling that beautiful cauldron, that dantian, with energy and fire. 5 is Alive, and then we start to really feel that fire culminate with mixing with the water in our bodies to create steam, feeling that steam start to flow out our fingertips and toes, cleaning our system. 6 is Thick. We really start to feel it flow out and around us, really encompassing us, at least a foot around for the Wei Qi. Kind of noticing our fingers float up, feeling that energy. 7 is Heaven, I believe. So we're really seeing that steam rise up. 8 is Gate. And we're recognizing opening the gate between 2 worlds, between heaven and earth, between this and other realms. And 9 is Shine. We're really allowing our body to shine, our Wei Qi to even grow farther, go around us even more. And 10 is Begin. And so now that we've settled ourselves in, we're going to go ahead and start just rotating our wrists and our arms. We're really just going to give 3 to 4 circles for each direction, for both the elbows and the wrists. And then I like to do one arm. We're going to go back 1, 2, 3, and the other side, 2, 3. And then we're going to go ahead and forward, 2, 3, and forward, 2, 3. And now we're just going to go ahead and bring our feet together and do our knees, just a couple rounds each. And we're doing kind of a truncated version. It feels really good to stretch. And so you have one direction and the other, and then we're gonna go ahead and just left foot or right foot, whichever you wanna start with. And switch directions, switch feet. So I'm kind of going both feet there. Now we're gonna go ahead and put our feet about a little bit more than shoulder distant, get a little bit of a horse stance going. And then we're going to, you don't have to place your hands on your hips like me, but you can. Sometimes it helps to put them right on your knees. And we're gonna rotate down and up. We're just gonna get a little bit of a hip rotation in. And you can go either direction. We'll just do a couple rounds. Again, we're gonna keep this truncated. Oh, I'm gonna switch sides. Oh, really just trying to feel into a bit of a stretch. And now we'll go ahead and rotate from the hip flexor. And so that's gonna be a little bit different. I don't know if you can see what my movements are. I'm really just rotating from the hip, not the top part of me, just the hip. Now I'm gonna switch directions. Allowing the breath to flow naturally. Allowing ourselves to be present with our body. Really just show up for ourselves. Thank you for doing that today with me. And so, let's think. I feel like, oh, we'll do a neck rotation. I feel like there's always more stretching we could do, by the way. I could stretch for days, and I actually really love it, and Qigong has been a really big blessing for that. And so, I think we'll do, let's see, a little bit of purging. And so we're gonna try the counter swing. And so what we're gonna do is get ourselves into more of a Tai Chi stance, just ready stance. So that could just really mean feet planted, knees spongy, maybe our sacrum tucked, maybe just relaxed. And so we're going to bring our arms up. We're gonna let them float at our sides. We're gonna slowly breathe in as we bring them up. We're going to allow our right hand to flow right in front of us and our left to go behind us as we look to the right and release our breath. We're gonna do that a little faster on the other side. So go ahead and breathe in and left hand in front. Breathe in, left hand in front. Right hand in front. And so keep in mind the goal is to really release that oxygen and purge. And so we're really just trying to relax, allow the flow of gravity to help release what's no longer needed. And we'll just do one more. These are really nice. So I like doing them, thank you. And we're really just imagining as we do that, just all the things we no longer need to kind of just flow right out of us, like a sponge being wrung out. And so what we're gonna do to tone at this point is one of my favorites. It is called Drinking Bird. And so I ask that you allow your hands to slowly come up, stretch super high, bring them together, and then we're gonna go ahead and start to come down, scooping. We're at the bottom now and we're scooping a little bit of beautiful chi up, and we're slowly opening our hips and leaning back, bringing our arms back and starting to come back up again as a beautiful bird coming down to drink the water. Again, scooping. Slowly bringing back. And again, the more slow we do this, the better. Then we're coming back up, stretching a little, and just. And we're just gonna do one more. Coming all the way up. And then we're going, scoop down, and then we'll just release. And so now we're gonna do the hardest one. For the Dalian 5, we're going to tone, I believe, and work with our yin hearts, our beautiful heart, which, by the way, carries a lot of yang energy as well. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous, amazing part of us that is hard to describe with how important it is. And so we're going to start raising our hands up, kind of creating a little bit of a ball, just really feeling the energy within us, feeling the energy within that heart space, that Shen space. The Shen is represented by a beautiful red bird. In my cuddle world, sometimes when you're feeling like a bird, you are high anxiety and don't wish to be touched, and you fly away very quickly. And so another reason this one really stuck out to me is that in my cuddle practice, feeling safe in the body is a challenge. And this beautiful, amazing Qigong, this beautiful, amazing Gong really supports boundaries, which is why I fell in love with it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take the hand that's on the top and we're going to start to push it over to our left, if it's the left, to the same side that it is. To our right, and I'm mirroring here. We're going to push it to our right or the opposite side that it is. So once again, just to clarify, we've got the left hand on top here. We're going to push it to the right. As we do that, we're going to take our bottom hand and just raise it up. If you've ever taken martial arts, which I have, it will feel like you're blocking with it. So it will feel like that bottom hand is just coming up for a block. You're not really going to push too hard. You're going to keep your feet straight and kind of just a little bit of a lean. You're really not moving too far. As we come down, that hand that was blocking, so the top hand, starts to push, starts to come back over, back into the ball, and it becomes the top hand. And now it pushes over to the opposite side, and that bottom hand that was the carrier of that gorgeous energy comes up, and once again, just as if you're completing a high block, you put that over to the side, again, kind of like creating a wall. And I'm even noticing in my view here, my feet. And so we'll do it a couple more times. We're gonna and that top hand starts to push across the heart. The bottom hand raises up to help create the wall. Oh, there I go. As I talk, I'm missing here. And we'll just do each side once more. And this is one that I'll honor. I'm still learning, but that I find very powerful. And so you can bring your hands back to center, back to that gorgeous ball. And now we're going to regulate with the golden ball, one of my favorites. And so we've still got this beautiful ball of energy, and we'll allow it to go down. We'll allow our hands to flow out. And what we'll do is we'll bring them back in together. We'll raise this beautiful ball back up. We'll expand it. We'll go ahead and squish it in. We'll bring it towards us. We'll push it away, and then we'll drop it down. So we'll do 2 more of those. So we're going to go ahead and bring it back out, dissipate. We're going to bring it in together. We're going to raise it up. We're going to expand that ball. We're going to contract the ball. We're going to go ahead and bring it a little closer. Push it away. Go ahead and lower that beautiful ball down and release. And so let's do 1 more on our own. And just breathing at your own pace. My teacher in Pittsburgh, Susan, is amazing, and she always offers that Qigong with a smile is the best way to do it. And so my gorgeous kitty trail mix has decided to join us. And so, excuse me, kitty. we're going to go ahead and do our yin posture. And so I'm going to lower you down with me here. And at this point, you can gather whatever you have for a bolster. Okay. And we're right at 15 minutes, so I'll be mindful of that. You can gather, kitty. You can gather yourself a bolster or a, oh my, kitty. I have 2 blocks here and a bolster. And so supported fish pose is an amazing one where we can actually really open up the chest. And so what I recommend is if it feels comfortable to do, and I'm going to try and show you sideways here, but I want to honor that it might be challenging to see sideways. And so what we're going to do, Trumix, what are you doing? We're going to place the block at the kind of center of our back. We kind of want it a little bit higher, actually. We want it to support the upper back. And so you're going to take your time, and we're going to lay back on it and allow our head to flop down. Now I want to honor that this can be challenging for some. And so another method to do this is to put a second block to support your head. And so as you lay back, you allow your head to be supported on this block, and you open up your beautiful wings. Allow your chest to expand. Now you can also use a bolster for this. So if for some reason it feels uncomfortable to have it with the block, please by all means use the bolster. And in fact, at some point I may switch us to a bolster. But this does open up the heart and lung meridian, which I find are both very powerful for boundaries and very important. And so just to talk about some life practices, we won't have time to do a complete body scan, but it is my favorite meditation to lead in my cuddle events, and it works like a charm. Something I'm grateful for are my 2 beautiful children, which is another life practice. And I apologize, I meant inner method with the body scan. We'll also complete at least the word for healing for the heart, which is ha. And so we'll take 1 deep breath in, and we'll go ahead and speak it and allow the breath to flow out. So go ahead and breathe in. Relax your body more as you do. We'll go ahead and whisper it this time. Go ahead and breathe in. And then we'll go ahead and say it in our minds as we breathe. Go ahead and breathe in. And so, as you decide to come up, you want to be really slow and gentle. Again, we don't want any extreme. And so you can lay in the fetal position, roll into your side, and take your time. I'm just going to check my notes to make sure that I didn't forget anything that I wanted to mention. Yeah, I did want to mention that the best life practice is to create space for your daily rituals, create space for solitude, create space for retreat. Now, it's hard to do that as a human, as a mom, as a leader of community. It's so challenging and it's so important. Like even just taking a retreat, a solo retreat once a month, once a year, even if all it is to the park for a day, even if all it is, and that's something that can be low cost or no cost, even if it's just to like an Airbnb that's low cost, even if it's not your ideal retreat where you're paying lots of money and getting a really cool teacher, if it's just, time by yourself, taking a walk once a day, meditating once a day, journaling once a day, making space for that Shen to flourish, that beautiful bird to kind of feel comfortable, finally, trusting you and you trusting yourself. That can really build intuition. And so the life practice is the solitude and retreat, and the inner methods are, the gratitude and body scan. And I could talk for days. Thank you for taking the time. We're a little bit over time, so hopefully this will work. And thank you.